Hi, this is Bob, and in this video we are going to talk about tapping for weight loss. And this is a really important video because many times people struggle their whole life to maintain the weight that they really want, and it can cause a lot of emotional distress and can cause a lot of physical problems, including heart disease and diabetes and many other things. So it's very important for people to be able to maintain a healthy weight for their frame and for their body. And as you go through your life, it becomes more and more difficult to maintain your weight, and then sometimes people will just give up and say, all right, well, I'm just going to be overweight. That's really not the best attitude to have about it, because quite often as you get older, you can get more resourceful and learn different things, have access to new things that can, for the first time in your life, help you to become a person who is at their ideal weight. And what I have helped people with in regard to weight loss usually comes down to emotional issues that revolve around cravings, and people will have cravings for things that give them emotional comfort, and so they tend to not be able to resist it because they just don't feel good if they don't have their daily dose of ice cream or a couple of martinis or whatever it is that are the foods you're consuming that make you overweight. So if you can tap on those cravings, quite often you can get to the reason why you're having those cravings, tap on those reasons, and then resolve the issue and be able to manage your food intake and your habits related to what you consume. Now, just another word about weight loss here, because this particular video is part of the special package that you're getting for the Boomer 4-pack. And with the Boomer 4-pack, remember, you're getting adequate nutrition, perhaps for the first time in your life, by cleansing your intestines, taking in your Boomer Boost, and you're going to be feeling well nourished, and you should be able to reduce the amount of food that you take in because you won't be craving food for nutrition anymore. But if you don't pay attention to it and tap to be able to control the habit that you have about how much food you eat, then you might be getting enough nutrition finally, but still be overweight. So when you tap, you can start by doing a general tapping regarding cravings, and just again tap just on the tips of your fingers and calibrate for yourself before you start by going inside and saying, on a scale of 1 to 10, how much problem is this that I have these cravings for ice cream or alcohol or whatever it is? And let's say it's an 8 or a 9. Just register that so that you have a starting point. And then when you tap, it goes like this. Even though up until now, I thought that I had to continue to have these cravings for ice cream or alcohol, I deeply and completely accept and respect myself. And I now realize, as an adult, I can control these cravings and eat healthy food as an alternative. Okay? Cross your hands across your heart and take a deep breath in. Let your hair out and sit quietly. All right? So that's the general way that you do tapping for weight loss, and you identify it with these cravings. And in addition to that, you can now begin to listen to your body and say, okay, what emotional issue am I really tapping on in order to make sure that I don't have these cravings anymore? What's the attendant emotional issue or aspect? And some of it you might begin to realize, well, it's because I'm feeling very anxious or I'm feeling very depressed. Okay? So if you identify that issue, you can then tap on that, for example, like this. Even though up until now, I thought that I had to continue to have these emotional cravings because when I get home from work, I'm feeling very anxious because of the busy day. I deeply and completely accept myself. And I now realize I can do tapping and deep breathing and manage my emotional cravings. Right? So whatever it is for you, whatever the emotion is that you identify, whether it's anxiety, depression, fear, maybe even anger over a job or something like that, you can identify it and tap on it. Right? Now, one other aspect about weight loss is making proper food choices. Most people know what proper food choices are, and basically you want to be able to select foods that are low glycemic index carbohydrates, good proteins, good fats, and people know what those things are. They know that if they eat lots of ice cream as opposed to a handful of olives, that they're going to gain a lot more weight, and they don't make proper choices. So in order to make the proper choices, you can tap on that too, and you can do it like this. Even though up until now, I thought that I had to continue to make poor choices in regard to the types of food that I eat, I deeply and completely accept myself. And I now realize that it's very easy for me to choose the healthy foods that I need. Okay? Cross your hands, cross your heart. Take a deep breath in and let it out. And relax. So that is basically how you do tapping for weight loss. Just remember that most of the time it is emotional issues that are causing you to make the wrong choices, and you can even tap right at the moment when it's time to make a choice. So if you're in your kitchen or you are in front of your refrigerator and you're about ready to make a choice what to eat, you can actually tap while your refrigerator door is open. You can say, even though up until now I thought I was having trouble making the correct choice so I can maintain my ideal body weight, I completely and deeply accept myself. And I now realize it's very easy for me to make the right choice. And that's a very helpful thing, because as you do it and you do it over and over again, you can build on it, and pretty soon you just find yourself naturally making the correct choices. And so that's the tapping for weight loss, and we'll see you on the next video where we're going to do tapping for finances and prosperity.